This episode's brought to you by Red Cape Films. Power Play!
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Power Play. Joined with me today is my brother Mitch, and we're really excited about this one, right Mitch? What we're going to do, we imagine that we're given $100 Canadian, since we are Canadian.
Or 75 to 85 USD.
Give or take. So we have a budget, and we challenged each other to come up with a list of sports cards that we would buy staying within that budget. So there's a little bit of, knowing which players you like and things like that to go into it. And by no means necessary are any of these players or any of these cards that we're showing you today, are we telling you you should go out and purchase these cards. We're not saying that. This is just in our personal opinion.
Yep. And
for the sake of this fun video, if we had this money today, here is who we would, invest in. Of course, if you do like the players, like anything, only invest the money that you can afford to lose. Simple. Keep it that simple.
Yeah, and I would say too, respect the sports that you like too. I know for us it's going to be mostly baseball, hockey, basketball. So if you're not familiar with the sport, like me for football or golf, whatever else it'd be, don't invest in those cards. Make sure you understand it. It's fun. For us, we're getting about 7 to 10 cards. About 7 or 8 cards each. So the reason we're doing that is because percentage, I would say we feel at least 70-80% on each card. So if we feel that on each card, even if 1 or 2 fail, if you're gonna hit 7 or 8 of these cards at least, if not all of them, then you're gonna make money. And that's what we're doing. So as long as 6 or 7 hit, you're gonna make money. So that's why we're diversifying.
So the first card that I got here is a Young Guns rookie of Adam Fox. So Adam Fox is a very, very, very young defenseman for the New York Rangers. Although they're playing decent hockey right now, this is a very young team. I believe they have 8 different skaters with the age 21 or under, and they're already performing decently well as of this filming. They're only 4 points out of a playoff spot with the addition of Panarin and Trouba and everyone. This is a team 3, 4, 5 years from now. They'll be, going second, third rounds of playoffs, and that's when his card will jump. So this card right here, you can find it on eBay for around $4. Sometimes you can even find it cheaper. Maybe the numbers aren't the greatest right now, but I believe as of right now, he's got about 20 points in about 32 games, which is still pretty good for a defenseman. Yeah. $4, and it's a young gun, so that is my first choice. The second card that I would invest in, sticking with the same theme of hockey, you guys have probably seen his phenomenal lacrosse goal. It's actually not going to be a young gun just because the price is, it's about $30. For the sake of this video, I didn't want to blow a lot of my budget. But a secondary card that's, should go up in value. Also, this is Andrei Svechnikov. This is his OPG Platinum card. Right now, you can get this for about $5. And honestly, I see it only going up. Carolina Hurricanes are playing phenomenal hockey. He's only 19 years old. Right now, he's on pace. Should hit around 35, maybe 40 goals, maybe even more. Go quite deep into the playoffs. So right there, we're at about $9 to $10.
Yeah, he's an awesome player. The thing about him too, obviously you have the Young Guns, which is probably $30 to $40 Canadian. We're doing a really low budget one. We're probably gonna do a higher end budget, maybe $1,000 one, $500 one. Yep. You really want to invest more because you're gonna get more out of it, and you could get better cards. Because I do have some I'll have a Zion card or some graded stuff. That's where you're gonna want to be spending hundreds of dollars. So this is a low budget. This is for any beginning investor, and he knows what he's talking about. So
yeah, right. So I mean, for myself. I don't really have much money to spend, especially with it being Christmas, getting to focus on other expenses. Mitch maybe has more, but if you're someone just starting out, this is, I can more relate to it. So keeping on with the same trend, we have another Young Guns here of Mika Zibanejad. So Mika Zibanejad so far is having his breakout season. Unfortunately, he did have an upper body injury that kept him out. But right now, he's, more than a point per game player. So anytime you have more than a point per game player, someone who's young, he's only 26 years old, and when he's paired up with Artemi Panarin, he's going to put up points. And again, this is something that I'm looking forward to flipping when the New York Rangers eventually make playoffs. You know, the card value will jump up a bit, and then you get out of it, right? You take your profits while you can. This is just a $10 card, right? So if it goes for $20, $25, I'm not saying this card will go for a lot, but when it does, you know, I'll gladly flip it for a profit. So Artemi Panarin Young Gun is another option right there.
Beautiful. Nice Young Guns, too.
Yeah, for sure. So it's definitely a nice card. I'll move on again with...
Ooh, I like this guy.
You guys have probably heard of this guy, if not...
Won the Home Run Derby his rookie
Won the
year.
Home Run Derby. This is a Pete Alonso Topps Chrome rookie card. Believe it or not, and I'm shocked.
I don't know how he got it for this price, by the way.
I got this card for...
I gotta fact check this.
Including shipping. Maybe we'll even throw up the photo.
Yeah, and it's mint, too. It's pristine.
Right? And maybe we'll even throw up the photo.
And again, these are
what I got it
ungraded
for.
cards, too. So they may not be centered the best or whatever, but, I mean, again, look at the photos. When you meet people in person, it's probably the best.
Yep. So I got this card for $6.55, but for the sake of this video and also browsing eBay sold history, we're going to say you can get it for about $10 because you can. So just to let you all know, he currently, in the history of Major League Baseball, has hit the most home runs in a rookie season, being 53.
Wow.
So he's still young, and I'm very high on him, especially the Chrome. Anytime, really any Chrome card is at least $2. So to add him is pretty good. We're going to move back to hockey. We got a
nice
PSA 9. So we will see some graded cards here, but it has to be if you can get it for a bargain. Believe it or not, Artemi Panarin. I got this card for $20.50 Canadian. Again, that includes shipping straight to my mailbox. You know, Artemi Panarin, he's playing really well. He's on a young, struggling Rangers team, but he's still putting up a lot of points. He's a guy who's likable, and I think he's kind of the star of the team, along with Mika. So again, when they do make the playoffs, that's another card. This $20.50 might hit $30, $40, $50. Again, maybe even a more long-term hold. If he wins the Stanley Cup, this could even go higher. So, you know, anytime you can get PSA 9 or higher of a good young hockey player, you take your profits, and that's what I'm trying to do on this.
A lot of these are like really good bets too. Like they're not guys that are like too scarce too. They've already proven to be a good player, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the only player who's so far not really proven is Adam Fox. But again, he's really young. I like what he did in his collegiate career, and he's a defenseman. So,
but you can take that risk because we're showing 8 or 10 cards,
and
so
it's $4.
If you only bought this guy, yeah, you'd be taking a huge risk. But the odds of all these guys going, like, not making money is, man, I see that being very unlikely.
So sticking with the theme of young and young guns, Alex DeBrincat. This is a guy who, geez, yeah, actually it's on here. He put up, look at that, 127 points, 65 goals in 63 games with OHL Erie Colts. Or, yeah, Erie, not the Colts. But anyway, Erie Otters. So Alex DeBrincat, he's just a young 21-year-old right now, and he continues to score. This card, ungraded raw, goes for about $15. So I definitely recommend that one. Maybe not having the best of year, but then again, neither is Chicago.
Yeah.
Last year he put up, 40 goals in just his second season as a 20-year-old. Now we have Dwayne Haskins Jr. This is the guy who I've been extremely high on. What he did at Ohio State, 50 touchdowns, incredible. Also, this is just a base. This card will run you about $15. He is done for the season. Unfortunately, he started the game yesterday throwing, I believe it was 11 for 11, 2 touchdown passes, and about 122 yards. And then he got injured. But he's playing awesome football.
Is he injured right now?
He is injured.
So it's probably a good time to get his card then.
Right.
Kind of like him and Luka, I would say.
Exactly.
Right now.
He was ready to go, but they just said, the team is, I believe they lost, so they're 3-12 now. Obviously not going to make playoff. They kind of want to tank to get a better playoff position. But for next year, he's going to be ready to go. Dwayne Haskins will be. $15. This is a card, and we've seen what, I'm not by any means saying he'll be the next Lamar Jackson, but we've seen what Lamar Jackson cards have done. Now they're about $300, $400, $500, depending on which variation. So Dwayne Haskins is a good pick. Jumping back to baseball, Mitch and I love this kid, Ronald Acuna Jr. This is an Atlanta Braves team. Again, he's got a legitimate chance of winning a World Series. In any sport, anytime someone can potentially win a championship, we saw Jose Altuve. We saw what his cards did when he hit that one home run overnight. His rookie card doubled. And honestly, Ronald Acuna could potentially be the next guy to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases in a season.
This guy does everything.
This is his Bowman first. So this is his first baseball card. It's not a chrome. The chrome is much more expensive. But this one, $10.50 on average is what you can find it for, sometimes even cheaper. So I definitely do recommend this one.
I would say, too, we'll stop right here, but I would say that this is one of the highlight cards. For sure. And especially for like $10. Him and Alonso, those are great cards for the prices, too.
So might as well get them out of the way.
Yeah.
This is a Fernando Tatis Jr. Topps Chrome. This is a guy, I believe he hit 22 home runs in like 82 games. So, if you kind of match that over an entire season, if he played it, probably should have won the NL MVP. But, of course, Pete Alonso is a great choice as well. Anyway, $10, Topps Chrome. And it's a beautiful looking card, I think so too. And it's got something that all these other cards don't,
It's horizontal.
It's it's landscape, right? Mm-hmm. That would be horizontal, but it's pretty beautiful. So $10 is on average what you can find that for. That's a card that quite didn't make it. But that is all. This will run you about $100. Again, I'm not saying you need to buy any of this. I'm not encouraging you to buy any of this. But again, this is just my lineup. If I had $100, what I would get. Matter of fact, I had $100, so that's what I got. The cards are right here in front of you.
Amazing. All right, guys. Now let's clear this off. So I've got about 7 cards as well. The first one's probably going to be the most expensive. It actually goes down the list from expensive to, I would say, least expensive. Mm-hmm. So this is a card I got a little while back. And I think he's proven to have been doing pretty good.
He's having a great year.
So this is going to be So the first one's going to be a Jared Jackson Jr. card. Now, you don't have to get this one. You can get just a base. But I got a good deal on this one a while back. This card is going to run you about $30, $35. So, yeah, I put it down as 35 Canadian. So this is a really cool card. He's been playing really good. Anything else you want to say about him playing on the Grizzlies?
I think the Grizzlies are a very young, up-and-coming team, especially with guys like Ja and Jonas Valanciunas. I don't think that they're anywhere near competing for a championship, but he's so far is proven. We saw he was an absolute stud when he was with MSU. Obviously, Tom Izzo really put his magic and has made him into the player he is today. So just in his second year, he's under the age of 22, so he's got a lot of upside.
I know.
And for a PSA 10, to get anything PSA 10 in a nice looking card like that for under $40 is a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, and I got this one a little while back when I just started getting into basketball, and I think I got it pretty good. Gem in 10 again, and I like the barbershop look. Generally what I do when I get cards, obviously, they have the different parallels and different colors, but I thought this one kind of suited his jersey a little bit. The red kind of sticks out a little bit, but I like the blue and the white. So let's get into the next one. And I'm going to talk about Trae Young. So this one was $20. You can get this all day, $20. I mean, like, you can get it cheaper if you can.
Yep.
But this one I got for $20. This is going to be the Optic. I do have a different one as well, but this is the Optic base card. The reason I chose this is because the Prism ones are just getting pretty expensive, and I think people are going to start resorting to the Optic cards. I see him as, an up-and-coming guy. Again, his silver cards are doing really hot. Him along with Luka Doncic are like really good options. It'd either be Luka Doncic or Trae Young for the Optic card. Unfortunately, I just don't have any Lukas at the moment. But yeah, already right there, those are your 2 powerhouse, and these I see upside. Unless they have a big injury, these are cards that you're not taking a lot of risk on, and there's going to be upside in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's get to the next one. This is going to be a Hoops RJ Barrett. This is just the standard one. So they do have different kind of versions of this. If you can get the number one, great. But this one ran about $10 all day, $10 Canadian. Is a great card. Again, check for centering, make sure it's a good card. But RJ Barrett, Canadian as well. Very cool card. Also played with Zion, right? At Duke. So it's a really cool card. He's performing well. Anything else on Barrett?
I think it's really important actually on the second and the third card. I think it's really important to highlight that this may not be the card to get, but what Mitch was alluding to was, especially with Trey, the prices of his Prism Silver and even his Prism Base have gone up so high that the next best tier of card to get are these NBA hoop cards. So I think, and especially while you're in a budget, you can get these cards cheap, and I do see some of these even doubling in value. So,
yeah, absolutely. So the next one, again, kind of the same thing. There are other ones to get, but this is a card I pulled from a pack. This is a Ja Morant card. Obviously, ridiculous hoops. This guy can jump, man. He can jump. He almost had that ridiculous jump the other day. Dunk, he didn't make it.
I think we'll put the photo in.
Yeah, we'll do that. So this card's $10 all day. They have other ones too. You could look at the silvers. But again, that's going to probably be in our other tier when we talk about expensive runs. But this is a great card. This thing all day. This thing, hold on to it for 5-10 years. This is what we're doing with our money. Again, make your own decision. We're not telling you what to do. But Ja Morant. So we're going to speed it up a little bit. The other one, not a lot of people are talking about this guy, but I think this is a great card.
Ooh,
Kyle Kuzma. And Bird was surprised because he's like, where'd you get that? I'm like, I don't know. I heard about him. I started looking at the stats, and then to me, think about this stuff logically. Who's he playing with, right? He's playing with Anthony Davis. He's also playing with LeBron James, and I think he's going to be for the Lakers for a while. And if they win, this is going to be a big time win for me. So anybody looking at Kyle Kuzma cards, very cheap. This one was $5, and I mean like $5 all day. So Kyle Kuzma, very good card to get.
Especially if they win a championship.
Yeah, and he's young. I'm not sure how young he is.
He's less than 24.
He's young. He's a young dude, Yeah. He could blow up. So we got two more, and we got baseball now. So a lot of basketball, eh? Yeah. So we got Kevin Biggio. So again, Greg Biggio, his father, right? Want to make sure.
Yep.
This card I got for $10.
Wow.
And there are other ones too. Is this a Chrome too or something?
It is.
Yeah. So this is a Topps Chrome. And we found these for $10. This one I pulled from a pack. I do have other ones too. There are other ones you can get as well. You don't have to get this Chrome one, but this is a beautiful card. So Kevin Biggio playing obviously in Toronto, close to where we are in Canada. But again, very good hitter, hits from the left side.
He's got a lot of RBI opportunities. A lot. I mean, we saw what Bo Bichette did in a very small sample size. And then, of course, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So he's got a lot of upside on him, obviously. He's good defensively, but I think he's going to hit, 85 to 90 RBIs this year.
Yeah.
Watch for it.
And what I do like about our cards here is that these are kind of prospect guys, the rookie guys. However, they've already proven to be effective in the league, right?
Yeah.
You would say that about all these guys, really, right? They've all played, and they've all done some pretty cool things.
Yeah.
Then the last one I have, obviously I talk about him, Zion Williamson. Now this is just a hoops, but still great card. One thing to be aware of is that the silver is probably the one you want to get if you have more money. So you could pick a few of these cards and get something like a silver. But this card is going to be, probably 6-7 times more. And Zion is going to be more of a risk. Again, we're talking about investing, not about the best players or the best guys to get. Yeah. This guy hasn't played yet. He's obviously got the injuries everybody talks about. But still, I mean, if you have $10, this is going to be more of a risk. However, the upside, if he makes one highlight dunk, and if he proves to be strong, this is a card to get. Yeah. Any kind of Zion rookie card that you can get numbered is going to be great. What are your thoughts on him? I'm still very bullish on him. I think he's got a good attitude, but then again, there's still risk there.
There's a lot of question marks with him. It's not like it's just the one injury. There was the high school injury, there was the Duke injury. Now there's this one, and I believe there was one even when he was playing AAU ball. So you're looking at minimum 3 injuries regardless.
Yeah. But then again, he's obviously fighting. He's fighting them, and he was still doing those ridiculous junks while being hurt. So
if he can remain healthy, I'll say this. I don't think he's going to be the next LeBron. I do not. I think he's going to be a guy who averages about 15, 16 points a game. I don't think he'll average more. But the highlight dunks, what he brings. You say LeBron, you know who you're talking about. You say Kobe, you know who you're talking about. You say Zion, you know who you're talking about.
I think he'll be 25, 26 points a game. I really do. I would add 15, 20% on that.
We vary a bit, but regardless, I think it's personally a great investment as well, especially for $10.
But I wouldn't tell anybody just to get this card.
Yeah.
So like this is a risk. Don't just spend $100 on Zion. You could spend 50, get a few of them, and then others. Yeah, but still diversify. Right? Honestly, I see him as a good card, but don't try to get all of them. So, anyways, guys, that's all we have for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If there's something else you want to see, if you guys want to see
hear from them too, right?
Yeah, if you want to see $1,000 one, let us know.
Who did we leave out on this list? If you guys know of any, awesome sports player or even, non-sports player, and they have a cheap card who you think is also, really value, right? Because that's what we're trying to present for you all today. But yeah, if we hit it, leave us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments. And if we weren't even close, let us know. If we're, on a breakaway and fall down and shoot the puck over the net, kind of like Patrick Steffen, let us know.
Yeah, awesome. We'll see you guys next week.